Before starting the chapter, first we should know what is a mixture and what are pure substances. We have done this in elements, compounds and mixtures, but just a quick revision. Pure substances are either elements or compounds which cannot be separated into simpler substances by physical means. Okay? They have fixed composition by mass, and their compounds are made by chemical reactions. Elements तो वैसे ही pure होते हैं, they cannot be simplified into anything else. Compounds can be broken down into simpler substances but by chemical means only, not by physical means. Mixture, on the other hand, is made when two or more elements or compounds mix together, physically mix together. So these can be easily separated by physical means. Now, what are physical means? I'm repeating this word again and again. Physical means are filtration, evaporation, crystallization, distillation, fractional distillation, separating funnel, chromatography. These are all the techniques which we'll be discussing one by one. Which method is suitable for what? ये सबसे important concept है जो आपने grasp करना है. Okay, the first technique is filtration. Now, when do we use filtration? सबसे पहले, filtration is only used if your mixture contain an insoluble substance. So whenever a mixture is given to you, the first thing which you should notice is there is something insoluble present in it, like sand, like limestone, chalk, koi metal. So if some insoluble substance is present, then again आप direct filtration नहीं करते. First you have to dissolve your mixture in water, so that the soluble component of the mixture dissolves and the insoluble component remain insoluble. Then you can carry out the filtration. आप solid mixture की filtration नहीं कर सकते. So first you have to dissolve your mixture in water. Then you do its filtration. How do we do it? For example, it's a simple example is given to separate sand from a mixture of sand and water. इसमें water is already added. Sand and water, you know sand is insoluble in water. So filtration के लिए the apparatus required for filtration, आपको हर technique का apparatus आना चाहिए. Planning of experiment के point of view से भी ये techniques बहुत important है, because these do come in planning. They'll give you a mixture in which one substance will be soluble, the other will be insoluble, and they will ask you how you'll separate it, plan an experiment. Now for filtration, the essential apparatuses are filter funnel, flask, and your filter paper. These three are essential apparatus: filter paper, filter funnel, and the flask. And you also need beaker to dissolve water, stirrer, etc. But the main important are the three components. Okay, so if we want to separate sand from water, we'll set up the apparatus as shown in the diagram. Always draw the apparatus and write this line. तो आपको फिर apparatus को explain नहीं करना पड़ता कि we'll put the filter funnel in or at the mouth of the flask and then we'll fix a filter paper in it. आप simply कह दो कि जी set up the apparatus as shown in the diagram. When you will pour the mixture of sand and water on the filter paper, sand, being large particles, will be trapped by the pores of filter paper and it will be left behind on the filter paper as residue. So sand will be left behind as residue. Sand आपका residue में आ जाएगा. What does passes through the filter paper? Water. Anything which is soluble in water or the pure water will pass through the filter paper and it will be collected as filtrate. In this case, the filtrate is water. Right? So this is how we separate sand from water. Then you can dry the sand on the filter paper. Okay? You can dry it by keeping it in oven or in any dry place. We can dry this. So this is a simple experiment. Things to remember. An insoluble solid can be separated by filtration, and that solid is trapped by the pores of the filter paper and it is called residue. and the liquid that passes through the filter paper is known as filtrate. In this case, it is the जैसे यहाँ they are doing the filtration of chalk and water, suspension of chalk and water. So chalk will be obtained as residue on the filter paper because chalk is mainly calcium carbonate, it's insoluble in water, and the water will pass through the filter paper and it will be collected in the flask as filtrate. Good. Evaporation to dryness. Okay, now this method we use only for alkali metal salts, yaad rakhe, because most of the salts have water of crystallization. So if we strongly heat the salt solution, the water of crystallization will also evaporate, breaking the crystal structure. But alkali metal salts like sodium chloride, potassium chloride, these are they're chloride salts, these are very heat stable. So these can be obtained by heating them to dryness. This is called evaporation to dryness. If you have sea water and you want to obtain sea salt from the water, then how you do it? You will heat it to dryness. Water in open basins, it's heated to dryness, the water evaporates, leaving behind the solid salt. The only problem with evaporation to dryness is that all the soluble impurities will be left behind in the salt. Only the water will evaporate. So by the evaporation to dryness, you cannot separate the soluble impurities from the sea salt. So the sea salt, the salt you obtain from sea won't be pure. Third technique which we will be using is crystallization. Now evaporation and crystallization both are used to obtain soluble solute from the solution, the soluble component. Insoluble के लिए हमने filtration use की थी. But what's the difference between evaporation and crystallization? कि evaporation technique is used for those substances which are heat stable, which do not decompose on strong heating, because evaporation to dryness involves strong heating, whereas crystallization also involves heating but gentle heating. In this technique, we do not evaporate the solvent to dryness. We only evaporate some of the solvent to make the solution saturated. Saturated solution contains a large amount of solutes in a given amount of solvent and cannot hold any more solute. So when you allow the hot saturated solution to cool, the crystals start forming and the rest of the solvent gently evaporate. It's a slow process, but by this you can retain the water of crystallization, and this is suitable for all those solids which decompose on strong heating. So how do we do it? For example, sugar solution को अगर आपने crystallize करना, you can't evaporate to dryness, otherwise it will decompose. The sugar molecule will decompose into carbon, it will char. Similarly, copper sulfate crystals, you know, copper sulfate has hydrated copper sulfate, water of crystallization. तो अगर आप उनकी strong heating करेंगे, the water of crystallization will be lost in vapor form and the crystals will shatter and you will get anhydrous copper sulfate. So for such solids, we do crystallization. Let's see how we do this. This is a very important technique. Salt preparation के methods भी जब आप explain करते हो, तो soluble salts को end में आप crystallize करते हो. First you prepare the salt and then you crystallize the salt to obtain crystals. Let's see, crystallization to obtain pure copper sulfate crystals. ठीक है? So if we have impure sample of copper sulfate and they ask you to plan an experiment to obtain pure copper sulfate crystals, and what apparatus you will need? Main apparatus for this is evaporating dish. This dish is very important for evaporation as well as crystallization. Burner, stand, Bunsen burner and stand, tripod stand, ये आपको चाहिए होते हैं क्योंकि इसमें ही आप crystallization करते हो. But before that you will need beaker to make solution. You will need filtration apparatus like filter funnel and filter paper to remove any insoluble impurity present in the sample. So if you are given impure copper sulfate sample, what will you do? How you plan your experiment? You will say, first step, Dissolve the impure sample in water, distilled water, to make copper sulfate solution. Stir it well, then filter to remove insoluble impurities from the salt solution. All insoluble impurities will be left on the filter paper as residue, and the filtrate will now contain pure copper sulfate solution. Now copper sulfate crystals बनाने के लिए now we'll start crystallization method. What is the crystallization method? Step 1, heat the solution to make it saturated. ठीक है, heat the solution to make it saturated or heat it to saturation point. Allow the hot saturated solution to cool. The rest of the solvent will evaporate, leaving behind the crystals. Pour the crystals on filter paper. Wash with cold distilled water. This is an important step. हमें washing करनी पड़ती है, but cold water से क्या कि वो दोबारा dissolve ना कर जाए. With cold distilled water to remove traces of impurities, and dry between the folds of filter paper. That's it. So these are the 3 steps for crystallization, and this is used for those salts, those compounds which cannot tolerate strong heating. So key points to remember so far: कि filtration is used to separate insoluble solute from the mixture, whereas evaporation and crystallization both are used to obtain soluble components of the mixture. But दोनों में difference ये है कि evaporation में we do strong heating, so it is only suitable for those solids which do not decompose on heating, like salt, table salt, sodium chloride. For all other salts, we generally use crystallization method. In this method, we gently heat the solution to make it saturated, then we cool the saturated solution to form crystals. Now let's apply to what we have learned to these questions. Which method would you use to separate each of the following? Let's see. Calcium carbonate from lime water, cloudy lime water. You know, when we pass carbon dioxide gas through lime water, it turns cloudy or milky because of the formation of insoluble calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate is insoluble. So how can we separate it? Insoluble substances are separated by, yes, filtration. So we will set up a filtration apparatus and we'll pass the lime water through filter paper. Calcium carbonate, being insoluble, will be retained on the filter paper as residue, and the clear water will pass through as filtrate. Simple. Next, sodium nitrate crystals from sodium nitrate solution. Now you are to obtain a soluble component. All nitrate salts are soluble. Solution means it's dissolved in water. So you want to obtain a soluble solute from a solution. You have to remove water. Now in order to remove water, we have 2 techniques, either evaporation or crystallization. But here we'll do crystallization because ज़्यादातर sodium nitrate may decompose on strong heating. So we'll do crystallization, and how we'll do it? Okay, we will heat the sodium nitrate solution to saturation point, then we'll cool the saturated solution to form crystals, pour the crystals on filter paper, wash with cold distilled water, and dry between the folds of filter paper. Muddy water. Now muddy water से आपने clean water लेना, not for the drinking purpose, just for washing. You just have to remove mud. Now mud is insoluble. So which technique? Filtration. Simple. We'll filter it and the mud will be obtained as residue and relatively clean water will be obtained. Sieve कर लेंगे उसको. Relatively clean water will be obtained and which we can use for washing purposes. Okay, another question. If we have a mixture of sodium chloride and sand, mixture of sodium chloride, salt and sand, how will we separate these two? Now remember, this is not a solution, this is a solid mixture. So first you have to see, choose a suitable solvent in which one of the components should be soluble and the other component should be insoluble. So that's the easiest technique to separate the two solids. Okay, if one solid is soluble and the other is insoluble, we can separate them by filtration. But for that, we have to choose a suitable solvent. Now, we know that all the ionic compounds are soluble in water. So, sodium chloride ke liye, sodium chloride would be soluble in water, but sand is insoluble. So, water is an excellent solvent here. So, we will dissolve our mixture in water. This is a very common mistake students do कि जब उनको ये mixture दिया जाता है तो वो directly कह देते हैं कि we'll separate these by filtration. But बेटा solid की filtration नहीं हो सकती, आपको पहले उसे dissolve करना है. So dissolve the mixture in water. Sodium chloride will add water to the mixture. Sodium chloride will dissolve in water, whereas sand will remain insoluble. Now we will filter the solution by using filter funnel and filter paper. Now your residue will contain a sand and your filtrate will contain sodium chloride solution क्योंकि sand is insoluble. Sand को आप further wash करोगे with distilled water to remove traces of sodium chloride attached to it, and then you can dry the sand. Filtrate key, you have to do evaporation. Sodium chloride can be safely evaporated. You don't need to crystallize it. So it is evaporated to dryness to obtain sodium chloride. So you can write it in words. You have to, अगर आप ये planning of experiment लिखते हो, then you have to draw the filtration apparatus. You have to draw the evaporation apparatus, evaporating dish and the Bunsen burner. And you have to label it where you are obtaining which substance. It's important. Diagrams are important in these experiments.